Another installment of Devil to Devil before the final home game of the 2024 season. I'm here with ASU offensive lineman Leif Faltanu. Leif, 8-2 so far for your first 10 games since 2013. How much fun are you guys having on the offensive side of the ball right now to get to this point?
We're having a lot of fun. Having those three guys in the backfield, we got JT, Scat, Sam, all those dudes working hard, and I feel like that's an awesome experience. Being a part of this offense, seeing those guys go down and make plays, and I'm just the guy who just snaps the ball. And I feel like that's an awesome experience being on this offense.
And you've obviously been in this program now for the highs and the lows so far. How have you seen this team, both on the field and off the field, evolve and grow to get to where you guys are now here in late November?
I feel like it's all started in January. When we first came back, we made all the leaders in the room made a commitment to the team and Coach Dilly and his plan. I feel like that's kind of the separating factor from last year to this year, where the leaders of the team took ownership into the team. And I feel like that's kind of what helped us into late November, the chemistry that we have, the honesty and transparency we can have with other players. We can definitely help each other out, and I feel like that's the buy-in from the entire team is a lot greater than last year. So I feel like that's kind of the separating factor from last year to this year.
Last week, you guys played a Kansas State team that was so good coming in at stopping the run, eliminating the run. Obviously, 3 touchdowns in your first 4 possessions, all of them through the air. What allowed you guys to set up the passing game to be so effective last week against K-State?
They had an odd front, so I feel like that's kind of going to open up the run. So hopefully, or last week we were able to do some of the run game, and it kind of opened up the play action type of stuff. So I feel like that's kind of where a lot of our touchdowns came from, was a lot of the play action with JT's touchdown, and then with our screen game. I feel like our screen game was also another separating factor, in which we work every day. So I feel like all the dividends are starting to pay off now, especially in our offensive scheme.
And when you're facing a defense that's known to put a lot of pressure on you as an offensive line unit, as well as the quarterback and Sam Levitt, what adjustments do you have to make early on in that game in a road in a hostile environment to be able to succeed in the play action passing game like you just talked about?
It's just communication. It all comes down to communication, especially on my piece. Being a center, you have to make sure everybody's on the same page. When it comes to guards, tackles, tight ends, and even the quarterback and running back, they got to understand who we're protecting and who's coming off for free. You know what I mean? So I feel like that's kind of the factor that really helped us in the game. The communication piece, where me and Sam were able to get together and watch some film and kind of figure out the early adjustments that we could make in the game, and eventually it showed up. So I feel like the preparation that we had early in the week, it really paid off in the game.
You mentioned, having those conversations with Sam Levitt. What's that relationship been like up to this point? How much have you felt you two have grown as a duo throughout the course of the offseason, now obviously into the season too?
Yeah, it all started in the spring ball. We butted heads a little bit in the spring, but at the same time we were able to come together in the fall, click at the right time. And I feel like that's kind of what is paying off right now. Our relationship is awesome. We watch film, we always joke with each other, and we're locker neighbors, so we always have to talk to each other, and it's a lot of friendly conversations, a lot of competition and stuff like that. But Sam is definitely on his way to an awesome career, and I'm glad I'm able to be a part of it, my last game and our last few weeks here. But it's definitely setting up for an awesome career for him.
I want to go back to the Shaman touchdown on Saturday night. I saw you out there blocking in front. I saw you then starting to celebrate early, getting a little dance on there before that. How great of a feeling it is for your offensive line when you set up a screen pass like that and it works that well to perfection, where you have just a full brigade in front of Cavan Malayter for the end zone? Yeah,
like we said, it's a lot of drill to skill. We work that screen, so it's not a surprise that it worked out so perfectly. And I feel like that's also a great play call by Coach Arroyo, especially deep in the red zone. We've known that they're pretty good in the red zone, so we have to come cook a good play up, and I feel like that's kind of what helped us in the red zone. So like we said, we do this every day, drill to skill, so I feel like that's kind of the separating factor that helped us.
We're talking with Leif Faltanu right now, center for ASU football here on the Sentinel Radio Network. Leif, you're part of the Pat Tillman Leadership Council. When did you find out you were going to be part of this council, and what was your reaction to it?
We found out that before this season, we were the just leadership council, and it's an awesome experience. It's a blessing in disguise, that we were able to be chosen by our players, our teammates, to be the leaders of the team. But having the patch on our jerseys, it's a lot more. It's who Pat Tillman is pretty much who signifies our university, and I feel like that's an awesome blessing for us and all the dudes that are in the council. and it's something greater than us. Pat Tillman, who gave his life for our country and paid the ultimate sacrifice, but having us being a representative of the Pat Tillman Council is an awesome experience, and it's a blessing for sure.
What's been your favorite part so far of that whole experience being on the Leadership Council?
Being able to understand that people trust us. All of our teammates look up to the leaders of the group. I think there's like 10 of us. Being able to be picked by those and to be thought so highly of, it's also really awesome to think of. People really believe in me and a lot of the other guys on the council to lead this team, and I feel like that's kind of an awesome representation for us in the future.
Senior day on Saturday, your last home game at Mount America Stadium. What is it going to mean for you to walk through that tunnel one final time, and what has wearing the maroon and gold meant to you as a whole?
I think it's an awesome experience. I think it's a once-in-a-lifetime experience where you get to play college ball at such an awesome university. I came out here in the portal thinking like, oh, it's just another school, but I don't think I've have felt so greatly about a school, coming here. And I'm so happy that I was able to make the decision to come here. And coming out of the tunnel is probably one of the more unique experiences. I don't think any other university has something like that where you fist bump Pat Tillman on the way out. Like, that's just an awesome experience. And like I said, it's just one last time. It's going to be an awesome experience, and I'm looking forward to it.
Leif, appreciate your time. Best of luck against BYU on Saturday.
Thank you. Appreciate it.